Okay, now this is the midpoint and converse midpoint theorem related sums. This is exercise number 9. First of all, I skip all of these questions. So first of all, in your classwork copy, all of you copy these questions, and after that you have to copy the answers. So now the first question is, in the triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of the side BC. From the point D, the parallel straight lines of CA and BA intersect the sides BA and CA at the points E and F respectively. Let us prove that EF equal to half BC. So now here given is D is the midpoint of the side BC. It is D. From point D, the parallel straight lines of CA and BA intersects the sides BA and CA at point EF, E and F. Required to prove EF equal to half BC. This is the diagram. In triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of BC. From point D, we have to draw two parallel lines. One is parallel to this one and one is parallel to this one. This is parallel to this one and this is parallel to this one. So now here to prove. In triangle ABC, now look at this triangle. In triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of BC and DF parallel AB. Both of these are given. So according to the theorem 21, which is known as converse midpoint theorem, we can say that F is the midpoint of AC, and you have to write by converse midpoint theorem. After that, similarly, in this triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of BC and ED is parallel to AC. Both of these are given. So therefore, by converse midpoint theorem, we can write E is the midpoint of AB. Now look at this diagram. Both of these diagram are summation of this diagram. Now look at this diagram. Here we already proved that E and F are the midpoints of AB and AC. So therefore, if E and F are midpoint of AB and AC respectively, so therefore by midpoint theorem, this one is parallel to this one and EF equal to half BC. So EF parallel to BC and EF equal to half BC by midpoint theorem. So EF equal to half BC, we have to prove that, and proved this one. This is sum number 2. D and E lie on AB and AC respectively of the triangle ABC such that AD equal to 1 by 4 AB and AE equal to 1 by 4 AC. Let us prove that DE parallel to BC and DE equal to 1 by 4 BC. Now given that D and E lie on AB and AC respectively of triangle ABC such that AD equal to 1 by 4 AB and AE equal to 1 by 4 AC. Required to prove, we have to prove that DE parallel to BC and DE equal to 1 by 4 BC. Now here we have to construct something. What we have to construct? We have to construct, let us assume in the side AB, X is the midpoint of AB, and in the side AC, Y is the midpoint of AC. We have to join X and Y here. Now forget this total triangle and look at this triangle. Here I don't draw the DE here. So in this triangle ABC, we know that X is the midpoint of AB and Y is the midpoint of AC. So here in triangle ABC, X and Y are midpoint of AB and AC. So therefore by midpoint theorem, we can say that XY parallel to BC and XY equal to half BC. I write this, and after that we can say that if AD equal to 1 by 4 AB, this is given, and here AX equal to half AB. Why? Because these both are same, because this is the midpoint. If this is 2, this is also 2. So therefore AX equal to half of AB. If total is 4 centimeter, this should be 2 centimeter. Therefore we can write AX equal to half AB. And from the question we know AD equal to 1 by 4 AB. So therefore AD equal to half AX. This is the midpoint of AB and this is the midpoint of AX. So if this is 2, this is midpoint of this, so this should be 2. And if this is 2, total AX is 4 and this should be 4. That's why we can write AD equal to half AX. D is the midpoint of AX. Similarly, we can prove that E is the midpoint of AY. So after that, this is the picture of this one. Now in triangle AXY, we know that D is the midpoint of AX and E is the midpoint of AY. So therefore, by midpoint theorem, we can say DE parallel to XY and DE half XY. We can write that. And after that, from first one, we write XY parallel BC and here DE parallel XY. So from these two, we can write DE parallel XY parallel BC. Write this. If these three straight lines are parallel together, so therefore we can write these two are parallel together. We can write this. Now DE equal to half XY. We can know that. We write that DE equal to half XY. Now here we know XY equal to half BC from the first part of this sum. So here for XY we can write half BC in the place of XY. Half into half 1 by 4 and here BC remains. So therefore this is the first condition required to prove DE parallel to BC, and this is the second condition, DE equal to 1 by 4 BC. Both of these are proved. This is sum number 4, very important sum. Let us prove that the quadrilateral formed by joining midpoints of consecutive sides of a parallelogram is parallelogram. Now this is given, ABCD is a parallelogram and PQRS are the midpoint of the side AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. We have to prove that PQRS is a parallelogram joined AC and BD. This is a parallelogram ABCD. In the side AB we know the midpoint is P, in the side BC we know the midpoint is Q, and in the side CD we know the midpoint is R and here is S. We join both of these and we have to prove that PQRS. Now here it's one part, I write that joined AC and BD, and I proved here only assuming the AC diagonal. Don't use the BD diagonal, but I write both of this because if anyone want to prove that by BD diagonals, he or she can do that. It's totally up to him or her. Okay? Now in triangle ABC, this is same parallelogram, and I don't draw the PQRS parallelogram and the BD diagonal. So in ABC triangle, Q is the midpoint of BC and P is the midpoint of AB. So therefore PQ parallel to AC and PQ half of AC by midpoint theorem. Same as in triangle ACD, R is the midpoint of CD and S is the midpoint of AD. Therefore SR equal to half of AC and SR parallel to AC by midpoint theorem. First of all, from these two triangle we get these two condition, and after that here PQ equal to half AC and here RS equal to half AC. So both of these are half AC, so therefore PQ equal to half AC equal to RS, so therefore PQ equal to RS. This is the first condition, and here RS parallel to AC and here PQ parallel to AC, therefore we can write PQ parallel to AC parallel to RS right there, and after that write there PQ parallel to RS. Now all of you know in the chapter number 6 we can know if we prove that one pair of side of a parallelogram, one pair of opposite side of the parallelogram are parallel and equal, then this should be a parallelogram. Now here this is the condition number 1, PQ and RS both are the opposite side, both are equal, and here the second condition PQ and RS both are parallel, so therefore PQ RS is a parallelogram. Proved.